I mean, we all started out with Marshall M's in the 70s, throughout the 80s, 50-watt Marshalls, sometimes two at the same time. We, as far as I know, we don't do this anymore. We progressed over the years, even though 50-watt Marshall is a perfect amp. But sometimes you need a little bit more gain, and that's why over the years we played other amps like Soldanos. I went from Marshall to Soldano, sometimes to Fender Prosonics. And meanwhile, Rudolf and I, we are playing the Squirt Strip amps. That's a custom-made amp from a guy, Steen from Denmark. He does great stuff, and it's custom-made for us, including the cabinets. And we are, in spite of like playing the stuff from 40 years ago, we're using the modern equipment to do it, because you can adjust any sound you like.
Most of the bands, because today, are going more into the modular thing.
We don't do that. We always play in the studio and live. We play real amps, real cabinets, because you need the power of the air of the speaker to actually give it the compression and the power you like. Those process thingies we don't like so much. The Kempers and all that crap. No.
That's amazing.
I remember exactly what I used. Mainly my, back in the day, relatively new Explorer 90s, which were especially made for me, because I said to Gibson in '87 at the music fair, look, an Explorer is standard size, is pretty big. I would love to have one that is a bit smaller and a fretboard that has 24 frets and a Floyd Rose whammy bar if possible. Back in the day. And so they redesigned the Explorer. And it's called Explorer 90 because it has 90% of the size of the standard one.
So it's lighter in weight.
Yeah, I used the prototypes on Crazy World in 1991 in the studio and on tour. And I used the same stuff in my Soldano amps in Vancouver when we recorded Face the Heat. It's just, I play the pick with 3 fingers. Most people only with 2. And so I can turn it the way I like while playing it, and that's why I can create all those harmonics.
How is the songwriting relationship between the two guitarists work in the band?
To me, the most important thing is that the band is successful. Okay. So if we have great songs, I mean, I have enough to do all the guitar arrangements, or most of them. But if we have enough good songs, it's not absolutely necessary to start writing something else. It might be as good, it might be better, it might be not as good, but the important thing is that the album is great. At least that's what we were all thinking at the time when we are making it. Looking back, sometimes you have a different opinion, but that's the most important thing, that the band continues to be successful. And that's what in the team, what everybody should look for. You know, I know some bands have their disputes about, I do this and I want to do the same and blah, blah. And sometimes it works, but many times bands break up because of that stuff. So I think it's if you have a far vision, then that we are celebrating our 60th anniversary next year. Yeah. You can't do that when you have a dispute about like relatively minor things or small things. Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, you have to have the big picture.